Really excited to have you here on our monthly demo day at Autonomy. Normally Adir does it, and today's a special occasion that I'm doing it because we are announcing our MCP. And our MCP is really suited for more of the engineering individuals on the team. Previously on these demo days, we had PMs, designers, different VP products, CPOs. But today I'm guessing there's a few engineers on the line. Because with the MCP release, we are now bringing autonomy and all its capabilities to your Claude Code Cursor, whatever your agent of choice is. And I'm really excited to share that today. Give me just a moment. I'll share my screen and we will get started. Cool. Let me talk you through this briefly, and then of course I'll jump to a demo because that's the most interesting part. And I'll show you around. I'm not sure if everybody here is fully familiar with autonomy, but by the end of the session, hopefully you will be. Here we have the Face Studio. That's kind of our flagship product. It is largely meant for PM designers, all the non-technical individuals on the team that you now want to actually meaningfully contribute to the product and product's code base, stuff that was typically totally excluded and only available to engineers. But with Gen AI, there's no reason you can't also contribute. And more importantly, it means that what you have ownership and authority and what you know exactly how you want it, you can just do. You don't need to hand it off to an engineer, do iterations to tune what they implemented versus what you actually intended them to implement. And suddenly you can actually hold the steering wheel more and more. Over the next 30 minutes, I'll show you the MCP. I'll show you where you can find the UI to set it up. We'll also launch it from locally on my Claude Code, so you can see how it all connects. And I'll talk, maybe I'll do that now. I'll talk about what this means for your team and why it's important. And of course, there will be time for questions. Hopefully we'll have at least 10 minutes to talk it through with you guys. The big announcement is you can now use all of Autonomy AI's capabilities through an MCP. What's meaningful here is I'm sure as your organizations are growing their efforts to become more agentic and AI native, you're probably building internal agents, some that aren't necessarily triggered by people, some that may be triggered totally automatically. We have some of those internally in our organizations that monitor our logs, look for errors and fix them automatically. And now all those internal agents and those agentic workflows can use autonomy and all the capabilities we've built in. And in just a sec, you'll understand kind of why that's impactful. Also, as you perhaps prefer to work in Claude Code, now you can use autonomy and have all of our learning and our improvements on top of your own existing standards automatically apply. Our agents are extremely tuned for front-end and user-facing changes. They have really strong feedback loops, and they hopefully they output better results than most individuals can with Claude Code. And now you can do that yourself. You can work with Claude on the backend changes, have Claude trigger us, and then we'll do the front-end changes. And more than that, you even get the shareable artifact through our sandboxes, so you can show the team, send it out, get feedback, and iterate together. Previously, we basically tuned the whole experience for designers. And now as people have been opening more and more pull requests with us, we hear from you guys that the engineers, you guys want to be just more involved. And that's why we put so much effort into setting up this MCP. With it, you can go through all the pull requests. You can tune the agent learning. We'll do that now. You can see all the coding standards and tune them yourselves. And you can frankly just increase collaboration. So again, let's say you worked on a feature, you want to hand off the polishing to your PMs or your designers. You can have Claude trigger autonomy. We'll create the front end. You can hand that off or have Claude send a Slack message with the task to your PM. The PM can open it, and through us, they can start editing it and collaborating and meaningfully contribute to per actual branch without you needing to give them, hey, go to this branch. Everything is just abstracted away through the studio. And now we have people doing the work and then handing it off to PMs and designers, and everybody's touching the same task, tuning the experience to be exactly what they want it to be. So that means if before the idea was just PMs, you're shipping your ideas out without waiting for engineering to take them off, and frankly, your tech lead to prioritize it into the sprint. And now you can do it on your own. And engineers, now it's vice versa. If you're waiting for stuff to be merged so that it would be in staging so that they could really see it, or if you had to load it locally, schedule a call to demo it, get feedback, you don't have to do that anymore. Our URLs are totally shareable. They'll be able to see it instantly and even tune it if they need to. And if you're a lean team without, say, a bunch of PMs or designers, all of our built-in knowledge and understanding on how to do excellent PM work and design work built into our agents are now available to you. And you don't have to go scouring the web for appropriate skills and trying to tune Claude to understand these nuances. All that comes totally automatic with us. I said this briefly, but I'll emphasize because that's a ton of the requests that we've got. Yes, engineers, you're getting a ton of pull requests open through Autonomy, and you're probably seeing stuff that the agent maybe picked up a practice that you recently changed. Maybe you just had an engineering stand up and you now decided to create a new skill on how you want to format this part of the code base, but Autonomy does not yet know it. Autonomy scans the code base to get to know the standards at the very beginning when it connects us. And this way now your agent can communicate with our agents and tune everything to your exact desires on the fly whenever you want. If you wake up tomorrow and decide, hey, we're going to add the library and totally change our practices, you can now through the MCP tune Autonomy to output code in the exact same way whenever you need. And without further ado, let me jump to a quick demo. So first, to show you guys around what we have here, this is the studio. For those that don't know, you can have a lot of workspaces and projects set up. So you have multiple products in your company. You can go and start a new task. We have all these different modes that each specializes in something else. And you have a lot of connectors. Let me show you that as well. This is actually how you get to the MCP. We support over 1,000 connectors, so we can find whatever insights you have, let's say in Mixpanel or from an interesting Zoom call you had with a client. And now you can bring that knowledge directly to Autonomy, and we can help you digest it, again, with anchoring and context awareness of how the product's actually implemented in the code base. And now, if you've already been doing that sort of work, let's say in OpenAI or Anthropic's agents, you can take those interesting chats with those interesting insights and where you want to take the product and have that feed directly to us and start a task to actually implement it. Setting it up is really very easy. All you need to do is copy and you're good to go. And that's basically it. It's really made it as easy as possible. Now I will emphasize again the nuance that we showed for developers. If you have, we have all of the standards that we picked up on how the organization likes to write code, you can now tune these directly through the MCP as well. Something in your coding practices is changing. You don't have to wait till Autonomy picks it up automatically as it works on the code base and learns throughout tasks. You can now force it. And we can do that together in just a moment. We also learn a bunch throughout all of our work. All of our agents have a bunch of learning notes, agent note, automatic checks that they build. And again, you can tune all of this. So something drastic has changed in your code base. You want to make sure Autonomy knows that same day, then and there, without having to pick it up naturally as it does work. Through the MCP, you can tune all of these, change them freely. It knows it all. I think with that, let's jump here. So we're inside the Tammuz 2, my personal project, and through it, I activate work trees to our code base. What we have here is the MCP already connected, as you can see. In just a moment, you'll see. We have Autonomy. I can ask it, let's find a task. I even asked it earlier through the MCP to make a demo for you guys today. I'll say we created earlier a task to show off the new MCP capability side of Base Studio. Can you find it in Autonomy and open it? And while that's going, let's do one more. I'd like to show you maybe a preview of something that's coming, the fleet view. I'll say it here in Autonomy. I have a task for the new fleet view that is coming, and you open it. And while that's going, let's do one more. I'd like to tune our, let's choose one. All of these are fine. Oh, maybe something else to mention. I know some of you would like to connect new projects, and generally you've done that by reaching out to the FD that we provide. And now you can do that with the MCP too. So if you have a new repo you'd like to connect, you can just connect MCP and tell Claude to set up this new project, and it will initialize and knows exactly what to do. And we'll, sorry, let me jump back here. We'll know to pass the secrets that are necessary to properly run it if needed, and basically take care of your entire project onboarding for you without having to wait for a call with one of our FDs. So now you have the steering wheel, you can run forward, nothing is holding you back, and hopefully scheduling with us is no longer holding you back too. And we'll jump here to the coding standards. We'll give my computer just a second, so I'm abusing it. I am going to, let's say, edit the third-party library standards. So I can tell it here to tune our third-party library standards on our coding agents project in Autonomy. And you look it over and suggest changes. And there it can do it all. So what we've got here, it of course found my task. It opened it already. I'll double click it here so you can see. But as you see, we've previously, I've told it with the MCP, of course, create a page to walk me through all of the new capabilities with the MCP. So Claude decided to trigger us in this way, saying build a new landing page, explaining Autonomy MCP integration. This is the audience, assume 0 prior knowledge. I'd like you to go over the problem, what the integration is, and so forth. I know some of you are utilizing Claude more and more to help you prompt rather than figuring out what to write yourself. And again, through here, you can do so. You can start with just a small idea. You could, of course, give it to us. Or if you have a session with ChatGPT or Claude already kind of fleshing out that idea, you can use the MCP to pass on everything you fleshed out. And here, we did some work, and you can see it created the MCP, the hero, the problem, what it is in practice, and so forth. And just in case people here are not intimately familiar, here you've got the chat where you can keep asking for more requests and more changes, and we automatically make some recommendations too that you can select and have it go forward. And here what you have is a sandbox running your actual code base, showing the exact area of the code that was changed and giving you a live preview. Again, you can jump through it to see it in all the different screen sizes. You can, of course, tune it. You have the option to select anything, or I can write what I want to change. And equally important, I also have this open preview. So if I want to share it without having somebody continue my work, but just see the prototype, I can do so. So this is why it's also impactful for engineers doing work and wanting to share exactly what that branch looks like, what their change looks like, and now they can do that easily. Let me jump back here. Let me see if Autonomy decided to tell you guys something about our MCP that I haven't myself. We got rid of context switching. Thank you, Autonomy. That's a great point. I'm happy to share this task too if you guys want to see it for yourselves. But again, no reason to jump back and forth to us anymore. You can continue wherever session is that you're working through the task. And now we're here to help. And of course, we do it using our entire knowledge hub and everything we've learned from all of your usage across your code base and across all of your users. So our agents are extremely experienced on your code base. Yeah, that's it. All you gotta do is sign in once through the MCP and you're good to go. Let me jump back. Let's see if we have something else to show. Oh, the fleet view. As you see here, I frankly have a ton of tasks. Turns out I have two on the fleet view. I'll ask him to open the newer one. Yes. Open the newer one, please. And here I can tell him, make our landing page. Oh, there, it opened. Okay. Make our landing page twice as for. So here it'll continue my task for me. As you can see here, we've got the fleet view. I don't know if you guys noticed, but these are actually in different projects entirely. And through the MCP, it tracks it all and it knows exactly where to navigate. So you don't even have to keep track of it. It does it for you. So as you can see here, we have a new concept coming. So instead of the sidebar where you have to manage all your tasks, we're now going to run through them for you. Always tell you what's ready and what the agent's working on, and really drive you to do a lot more in parallel, because that's how we've seen that you guys like to use us. So you can see that's all fully implemented and prototyped inside of the Autonomy, and I can find it here. If I want, I can also tell it, let's check out the branch with those changes. I'd like to take over as an engineer. I can now do that just fine. And that last beat we had here, now look through my coding standards, specifically for the third-party library, and it can see if anything changed and recommend. Oh, it sees that we upgraded some of our libraries recently, and it can tell us just that. And now I can tell it, wonderful, let's update our coding standard to the latest versions of those libraries that we indeed updated recently. And there, I don't have to really think about our coding standards. I can use my own code base against our model inside of Studio and maintain it, change it on my own as I drive our R&D team. So truly, everything is meant to be really easy. And here you can see, and now started our next task, our next request in the task. See where it's at. Yep, the agent's now working through and strategizing how it's going to change our page here. I think that's the meat what I wanted to show you guys all today. Again, all the connectors you have set up inside of Studio are now accessible through the MCP as well. It'll start a task and Autonomy has full access to, let's say, Mixpanel, and can start looking at your events if you wanted to, if that's a part of the nature of the task. So yeah, everything is totally unlocked. You can truly go crazy. And you can start bringing this and bridging it into internal agents you're developing for your team. And if you don't have, say, ephemeral environments built into your technology stack already, well, now our sandboxes that run our tasks are effectively ephemeral environments, shareable artifacts that you can share with your team and collaborate on. And we have lots more collaboration features coming soon. Yeah, hopefully it was all self-explanatory, but as we saw, easy to start new tasks, plain language, we build real code, we give you something that is rendered. The agents in Autonomy already verified and checked themselves before rendering and are extremely aware of all of your design system and existing components. And you don't have to really think of anything. Continue working where you choose to working. And now you can leverage all of our capabilities from there as well. If you'd like to learn more, we'd love for you to schedule some time with us, with most likely Alyosha in particular. We'll also share a link in the chat. And from here, let me hand it off to you. Any questions? Okay, I got one about setting up new projects. I think I mentioned it earlier, but that should be no problem. You can just tell the whatever Claude Code per se to set up a new project. If you have it open locally and you start Autonomy from there, then it will also be able to see your local stack to understand the configurations and effectively self-configure it on its own, which also just helps speed it all up. Of course, in Autonomy, we have agents that do this, but sometimes they need input from you. I'll show you here. Yeah, so I know in setting up the rendering of a project, our agent runs through it and thinks through it and may ask you questions along the way. But if you do it through the MCP and those answers already exist within your local setup, then the agent will just know it from there, and it will save you some work as well. Oh, and another question asking if I'm already using Claude Code, why not just ask it to make my front-end changes? You are welcome to, but as you're probably aware, the output quality in terms of what it does on the visual front is not particularly strong. There's a lot of heavy lifting you'll need to do to make sure it works in your design system, uses all the components, and build something aesthetically proper for your if to match and really for your code base to match all the pages. All of that comes built in. Just setting up the standards to having it understand and maintain its understanding of how to build up the front end in a way that aligns with your UI is pretty intensive work and stuff that our system does fully on its own. And as you can see, even one of the things we model is the design standards. And the beauty there is, let's say I want to take over a task. Oh, here I see it's working on one. But we'll let it work for just a moment. Yeah, everything is extremely tuned to your implementation. We even mapped out all of your color tokens to make sure that everything stays in line, and you can even do easy rapid prototyping on it. So frankly, you're absolutely welcome to try Claude Code for it and then try us, and you'll see the difference. Sorry, one more question. Okay, about the lean teams that I mentioned. If you are a developer and perhaps you're a younger company without a ton of PMs and designers yet, or you're set on a new project and they haven't dedicated a PM for it quite yet, Autonomy maps a lot of that knowledge inherently. You can use us for a lot of the PM work. Frankly, Face Studio has excellent product judgment. Again, fully built in and maintained as your product keeps evolving. You can see that also in the product indeed. We also surface it there, so you can think of it from there. But yeah, if you don't have necessarily a product or a designer, all of that is already ready inside of Autonomy, basically built in. We also have dedicated skills for it that focus on, like, let's say, design fidelity, mock-upping the concept, reimagining. So all of that is ready. And one more. It looks like somebody submitted a question by raising their hand. Let me see if we have a way to let you speak. If not, you're also welcome to type it in the chat, and then I'll get to me immediately. Yeah, if people are familiar, we also have skills and lots more skills that are coming in, totally curated by us exactly for the product and design considerations that are so important when doing user-facing implementations on a code base. Oh, and then maybe one last thing. If you guys haven't immediately played with Plan, of course, in Auto you can write so, and it'll it'll trigger it when appropriate, but you can also orient the agent to go to plan mode by default. If you have product decisions that need to be made, go to plan, and it will surface immediately the options, the constraints of your code base, and the best direction the Autonomy AI thinks you should go with in terms of that product decision. Any other questions? We're here on the last 2 minutes. Okay. In that case, we will wrap up here. Thank you all so much for being here. Next month, you'll have the normal host, Adir, that is much more charismatic than I am. But I'm here for any and all engineering questions. If you're interested on the nuances of how Autonomy AI's agents really model your code base and deliver functional, high quality pull requests, removing that friction between vibe coded stuff on your code base and actual production grade code. Here it just comes out production grade from the get go. Thank you all so much.